will a personal injury settlement affect my Medicaid benefits? Hey there, I'm Chris Klotz. I'm one of the lawyers here at the Stevenson Klotz Injury Law Firm here in Pensacola. We also have an office in Mobile, Alabama. I want to see if I can answer this question for you today. And I want to be careful because this area of law is very much of a niche area. And I'm going to tell you, if you have a settlement as a result of a personal injury lawsuit and you are on any type of federal benefit or state benefit such as Medicaid or Medicare, you should seek the advice of an estate planning professional attorney who can give you some advice on this. But I can give you some general thoughts. So if you're on Medicaid and you receive a settlement from a personal injury settlement, whether it's going to impact your Medicaid benefits depends very much on your asset picture. So generally, these are rough numbers. Usually if you have $2,000 if you're single, or $3,000 if you're married. There's also some other combinations you need to be aware of, so that's not the final word. But if you have over a certain amount of assets, then you might be disqualified from being able to receive Medicaid benefits. So here is something that can be done for you in order to adapt to the situation. Let's say you're injured, you have a claim, but you're on Medicaid. You receive a settlement or a jury verdict at the end of your case, and you have this lump of money that is available to you. You can have somebody set up what's called a special needs trust. And a trust is a type of vehicle or instrument that allows you to place money in a trust that is not readily accessible to you but can be available for things such as medical costs. But there's a trustee who determines where the money ends up going and how the money is spent. If you take the money that you receive from a personal injury settlement and you work with a professional who knows what they're doing with the trust setup, they can set up a trust so the money can go from the settlement and then go directly into the trust. If it comes to you personally, then it's almost certain that you might lose your benefits from Medicaid. It's very important to make sure that before you receive any money, that you have talked with an estate trust planning person, usually a lawyer. Sometimes an accountant may be able to help you, but more likely a lawyer will need to set up what's called a special needs trust in order for the trust to receive the funds from the settlement directly to the trust. It can't go through you, otherwise you'll be counted as having what's called a countable asset. And so Medicare, when they're determining whether you're eligible, will look at your countable assets. Do you have stocks, bonds, a house, a car, things of those nature that could be assets that would count against your countable assets. And like I said, that threshold is usually pretty low. Ballpark numbers, usually around $2,000 or $3,000, can be different if you're married. And if you get more than that amount of assets, then Medicare can take away your benefits. So this is just a general guide for you to go by and for you to have issue spotting on the horizon that, hey, I've got a personal injury claim, I may have a settlement coming down the road. Do I need to talk to somebody about a special needs trust? We can give you some advice on who to contact about establishing a special needs trust, or some of the ins and outs of getting that done so you're protected. If you have questions about that, you can always give us a call. I am Chris Klotz with the Stevenson Klotz Injury Law Firm here in Pensacola. Thanks for watching today, and thank you for trusting us with your case.